The last time that we used the citation in this South Fiordland series, I don't think we really did it justice at showing off its true bush flying capabilities. So as we're just going back to the distribution centre on this leg, I thought we could put that to rights and display just how good of an aircraft this really is for bush flying scenarios, because that is something that is very underrated with the citation. I mean, okay, maybe not all bush airfields, but the one we're going to today, that has plenty of runway length, and here I think the amount of downhill should get us up to takeoff speed. Probably. No idea what that is. And there we go. Automatic fixing of problems. Another little feature of the citation bush plane. And plenty of thrust in this. Something with propellers. It's a struggle sometimes to even taxi up here. But no problem with the bush citation, which all goes to show just how good it is for this kind of flying.
Sink rate. Pull up.
Okay, we think we're in. Right, we're airborne. We're fine. Yes, we're airborne now. Yeah, maybe we might just have caught one or two of the higher leaves in the branches. But generally, I think that went well. Yeah, maybe it's not fair to judge the citation bush plane when using this place as opposed to more typical bush airstrips which it was designed for. Although getting to hear sink rate and pull-up calls on your takeoff roll is certainly something interesting. You don't get that on many flights. It was just one of the fun little quirks of Cessna's jet bush variant aircraft. Yeah, back to the distribution centre airfield again, and then we can set off on the final route, which is another 11 brand new locations we've not been to yet. Although as these are smaller airfields, it's possibly best to not be taking the Cessna Citation bush plane to those. When I was making all this, I actually flew and tested everything on this final route with the freeware Prop Strike Studios version of the 172. The default 172 would probably work just the same. That kind of thing would be the recommendation for the next route. As up to now, everything has been designed for a Baron to give you maximum fun and challenge, where slower aircraft might find some of the hard places a bit easy, really. And the same applies now with the final tour, and I'm sure you can have fun with a Piper Cub or something like that, but you might not get the same sense of panic, which is something I enjoy about South Fiordland, I must admit. So yeah, 172 or something similar would be ideal, but I might break my own rules and take a few different aircraft for a trip. Yeah, we'll see. That might depend on how long each leg is. There are some shorter ones where something like a Cub would be fine, but a few others where the distance means that these short videos might not be quite as short as I'd like them to be in a slow flying aircraft. So actually, yes, just thinking out loud, I might leave other planes for the just flying videos in New Zealand, where I do fly a variety of different things and don't worry about if those videos are a bit longer. So yeah, I'll do this final South Fiordland route in the 172, which it was designed for anyway, and probably better that way, especially as I did tweak the Prop Strike Studios aircraft a little bit in PlaneMaker, so it will cover the distance a bit quicker than a standard 172. And that will keep the videos to shorter lengths. Anyway, getting closer now. Not really sure of my speeds, well, flap settings, or anything really. But that is the beauty of bush flying aircraft like a Citation. Seat of the pants flying, where you don't need manuals or procedures or totally irrelevant things like knowledge of a safe flying envelope. No, Cessna wanted you to feel your way into a landing with their bush Citation, rather than being constricted or complicating things with actual numbers. Yeah, the skill of the pilot in bush flying is the most important thing, and this bush Citation lets you do that and work things out for yourself as you go along. It's a much better way of doing things at places like you find in South Fiordland. And hopefully this next one we'll find just around the corner somewhere.
200.
Yes, there's the distribution centre. Runway should come into view any moment now. Some slightly tall trees at the end of the runway, but as long as we can miss them, there's still plenty of runway length. Lined up and all looking good. Very nice.
100.
Sync rate.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Get down, get down. That's better. And now if you can stop before we run into the building. Yep. No problem at all, see? Yeah, totally fine. Everything totally under control there.
10.
We did seem to be floating without descending, which is why I use the correct procedure of applying the mid-air bush reversers to reduce the speed and get us onto the ground. It's just expertly done there. Yeah, those are one of the very many little features of the Citation bush flying variant that Cessna managed to add into this aircraft, which now make it ideal for this kind of flying and these little dirt strips in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's just fantastic for it. I'll just park up round the back of the building here, because as I said, we won't be needing it again for the rest of the tour, but it was nice to be able to show off the Citation bush plane properly this time, and highlight just how good it really is at things like this. So yeah, glad we did that. Yeah, I'm just going to park here, Chief. That alright, yeah? Cool.